let me introduce you to Kat Anderson, who's at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Thanks, Melissa, and welcome to MIT. We're standing inside the Infinite Corridor. This is, of course, one of the finest academic institutions in the world. Dozens of Nobel laureates and National Medal of Science winners have gone to school here in Cambridge. Former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan and current Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke are grads. You might think that with all this emphasis on academics, that sport would have a diminished role. But the opposite is true. No other school in the nation has as many varsity sports as MIT. There are 41 varsity teams here, and in addition to traditional sports like basketball, baseball, hockey, swimming, and track, the engineers field teams in lacrosse, pistol, sailing, and squash. They say there's only one thing harder than getting into MIT, and that's getting out of MIT. But that doesn't seem to be a problem for Julia Zimmerman. She's pulling a 5.0 in mechanical engineering, and at the same time, her skills on the beam, the bars, the vault, and the mat have made her the most decorated gymnast in school history.
This Beyond the Athlete feature is brought to you by Vitamin Water.
Julia is probably the most talented athlete that's walked through the doors of MIT, and that's a pretty big statement, because we've got some other very talented athletes in the program, but she's really upped it a different level. She's introduced some skills into Division III gymnastics that haven't been seen yet. She's the only athlete in Division III who's competed a front handspring, front layout vault.
I love it so much. I don't know, it's so much fun. It's just like watching other people do it, and you're like, oh my God, I want to try that, I want to try that. And just, I can't stay away from it. I just love flying through the air and learning new things and the challenge that comes with it. Freshman year, I was the Eastern Conference Rookie of the Year. My sophomore year, I was the Division III National All-Around Champion and Balance Beam Champion, and the Conference Gymnast of the Year, and East Region Gymnast of the Year, and I qualified for Division I Regionals.
But as great as those accomplishments are in the gym, what Julia is doing in her MIT classrooms as a mechanical engineering student is just as amazing.
I didn't come to MIT expecting to get all A's. I just kind of do the best I can in every class, and if that happens to be an A, then that's what it is. We take classes in materials and mechanics, so basically if you have a bar and there are forces on it, what happens inside the bar, stuff like that, and dynamics and controls. So like if you have forces on a system, how's the system going to react to that force, and then controlling it. This morning I had a presentation in my Chinese class, and we had to talk for 5 minutes without a script about a place that we visited. 去年6月到8月我住在密西西比. I hope no Chinese people are listening to that, because I don't have that great pronunciation.
The one word that comes to mind when I think of her is she is driven in every aspect of her life, whether it's her academics, her time in the gym, relationships with family and friends. She is driven.
I get home from practice and I start studying right away, and I keep studying until I finish. I spend a lot of time on weekends studying, so like I wake up at 9 on Saturday when I don't have meets and study until 5 o'clock, and then I can have fun the rest of the night and then do the same thing Sunday.
But Julia's education is about much more than just books and studying. She throws herself into assignments the same way she throws herself into gymnastics.
She's your typical driven student who gets excited about doing a new skill in the gym, and also gets excited about a problem set that she has to complete for class.
We have an assignment to just go out and measure something, and we can measure anything we want. And so I'm going to attach accelerometers to my feet, hips, shoulders, and wrists, and do a giant swing, which is where you swing on the bar with a straight body. And there's 2 directions to do it. You can fall with your stomach going first, or you can fall with your back going first. And I'm going to measure the acceleration of the different parts of my body and just compare the dynamics of the 2 skills. But I think gymnastics definitely helped in the classroom. Like, a lot of skills are really challenging to learn, and they take a really long time, and you don't get it on the first try, and you get really frustrated. And it's really similar with schoolwork. You like see this problem, and you're looking at it, you're like, I have no idea how to do this. And then you start writing down the equations, and you just keep trying, and finally you figure it out. And I think I got that persistence from gymnastics.
For the future, it's probably a master's in mechanical engineering and then a job in the robotics